Hello students and good day to you all. Today is the 12th of February 2018 and this is our weekly market analysis for the current market status. We will focus more on the detail side, on the analysis itself, and less about the studies behind it, because most of our students already received the information from our course, and we would like these analysis to be plain simple analysis for our traders as well. So let's move forward to our chart station. And the first thing that we're going to touch will be the Bitcoin. First of all, let's describe the daily movement that we've received. So we've analyzed this entire structure. I told you that our expectation is to see this chart falling down toward the $8,000. We went even lower to the $6,000 range. And right now we're forming an initial uptrend movement. Now let's start to analyze this structure in terms of the uptrend movement and make our expectations. So right now, what we can see in front of us is that since the beginning of this uptrend, when we were expecting to receive additional uptrend, right now we formed the completion of an uptrend movement. And from this position and forward, we're in a corrective pattern that corrects a proportion of this uptrend movement. In order for us to analyze that again, we will just separate the areas for the different definitions of probability. And right now, looking at this structure specifically, we will analyze the potential of this downtrend movement. So going forward to the hourly chart. Why am I placing this over here? Because we've already analyzed this structure with our trading group. And right now, our assessment is to see this as a downtrend potential. So generally, we can say that we had a very nice uptrend movement. In order for us to divide that, we can do that to 5 waves again. We've got the first movement, then we've got the third wave climbing up. That is the completion of the third wave. And in a condensed movement, we've got 5 waves. We've got the first wave over here, and we've got the third wave climbing up. And from this position, we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a condensed position. And that is a completion of a 5 wave of an uptrend movement. Over here, we've got nothing like a triangle, but we've got some sort of condensed 5 wave movement that completes the structure of this specific large cycle. And from this position, from our perspective, we're in a downtrend movement that should form a corrective pattern for this specific uptrend movement. So analyzing this, we've got a completion of 5 waves of downtrend movement. That will be an A wave. We've got a completion of a B wave climbing up, and our assessment is to see a downtrend movement that will lead us toward the 75 rate, 7,500. So our assessment is to see the Bitcoin dropping down. With our trading group, just to let you know what we did this morning, we sold our positions over here at 8,700, if I'm not mistaken. And right now, we expect the market to drop down toward the 75 rate. Now, let's look at the inner structure that we've received over here on the lower time frame, just to describe what we're seeing in front of us. So right now, in this structure, we've got 5 waves of an uptrend movement. We've got 3 waves of a downtrend movement, 1, 2, 3. And we've got a zigzag over here for this specific uptrend movement. So we see this 8,800 as a completion of this corrective pattern structure. And our assessment is to see a continuance of a downtrend that will lead us again toward the 7,500 level. That will complete this entire corrective pattern structure, and our expectation from this position forward to see the market climbing up. Now, I remind you that last session I told traders that if you feel that you'd like to be a bit more careful with your trades, then you should wait until the market will cross this trend line. I'm placing the trend line based on the top and the middle points. And right now you can see that indeed we did not cross the trend line, and we're just fluctuating around these levels right now, again with an uptrend and a potential for an A, B, C completion pattern, and with the expectation of a corrective pattern that will complete its structure again around the 75 level. If you'd like to receive more accurate details according to our trades and according to our system, then you can just sign in to our website and receive the additional information. Let's move forward to the Ethereum, which presents approximately the same structure as the entire market, is just moving according to the Bitcoin price. So just to remind you, we said over here that we're expecting the market to drop down toward the $600 level. Indeed, we've received the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves dropping down and reaching this, indeed, the bottom around the $600 level. And from this position forward, we've received the initial uptrend. And right now, we're in the same corrective pattern as we receive on the Bitcoin price. To give you a specific indication over here, we'll just place the same instruments. We've got a probability measurement, and we've got a corrective pattern. And again, because I assume that we've completed the structure on the Bitcoin, and you can see that both of them are forming approximately the same structure, so they will affect each other. So my assessment again is to see this chart dropping down and reaching approximately the 50% level, basically the same as we're seeing on the Bitcoin, and that will be around the $750. Now, the big question is where this movement comes from. We've talked about money being drawn from the stock market, and right now we've got a lot of free money. So the potential over here is enormous in terms of the uptrend. Just the completion of this corrective pattern will start an initial uptrend movement. Now, again, if you'd like to be a bit more careful with your trades, you just place a trend line above this structure. After forming the downtrend movement, crossing that will be a good entry point for additional trades. We know that a lot of traders out there, they wait for this position to occur in order for them to join this market. Another thing that I'd like to look at will be the dollar index. And I've confused you a bit on my last analysis when I talked about uptrends and downtrends, and when I've talked about the dollar gaining strength or losing strength in front of the euro, which was the opposite chart. Don't want to confuse you, so right now we're going to analyze the dollar index specifically, not getting confused with other currencies. So as you can see, indeed, we've received this very nice downtrend movement for a long period of time. Over here, we've received a completion of a corrective pattern and a continuance of a downtrend movement. This uptrend movement is what I was analyzing during the last daily market analysis. And over here, again, we can still see a potential of the dollar to gain strength. Now, there is some connection between the crypto market and obviously the value of the dollar. So if the dollar is gaining strength, we expect the currencies over there on the crypto market to lose strength. And all this uptrend movement is basically the same downtrend movement that we saw over there on the crypto market. So right now, we do see a bit of a potential for the dollar to gain additional strength and later on to return to the continuance of a downtrend movement in this specific structure. And that will be all for today, traders. If you've got specific requests for this currency or that currency, you're more than welcome to send us an email through our website, that is thefinancial-academy.com, and we will definitely add that to the next daily market analysis. I'd like to wish you all the best with your trades. Have a pleasant week, and bye-bye.